That didn't go very well. Let's do this again. Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing great while I'm spilling my coffee on myself. Why? We're talking about red meat today. I love it. Good old American red meat. You know, guys, I'm a ribeye guy. I don't know. Throw down in the comment section what kind of beef you like to eat. And I say red meat is because the powers that be don't want you eating meat. Why? Because of testosterone levels. And I get it. I'm going to get a bunch of people saying, not actually a bunch of people, just three, saying, you know, studies show that plant-based stuff actually increases your hormone levels and does all this stuff. No, it's actually not true. It's just like the food pyramid. We were sold a lie a long time ago. So the one I'm going to believe, let's just put it this way, is red meat helps your testosterone levels. It's what human beings have been eating all throughout civilization until the Prius was formed. All right, guys, let's talk about this. And the reason why this is really exciting is because of inflation, high-end cuts of beef are coming down. And I'm going to talk about some really simple economic principles along with this. And maybe we'll offend some spam eaters out there. All right, guys. It's entitled, I always eat red meat. I'm happy as demand for higher end cuts slides. Beef prices are falling for now. It says there's some good news for those seeking to upgrade. However, briefly, from horse or cricket, dude, this bug crap is bugging me. I'm not even joking. Like, none of that crap. We ain't eating bugs. We're Ninja Nation. We're a group of people that are prepared, not scared. We're gonna be just fine. We're not gonna be all the schmoes that sat around like ostriches with their head in the sand, all of a sudden find themselves eating grasshoppers. I'm just gonna declare that over us right now. We're gonna be just fine. In these dystopic days, according to the Wall Street Journal, beef is finally getting cheaper, bringing some economic relief to U.S. consumers. Prices of beef, typically among the costliest grocery store purchases, are falling after more than a year of increases as consumer demand softens for some cuts. While demand has shrunk due to the recent record surge in prices, supplies are improving due to better staffing at meat plants, and supermarkets are offering more discounts on ribeye, New York strip, and other often expensive products. Now, let me explain something. Not a lot of people understand how meat prices work in large chains. Companies, I'll use my local Albertsons. Actually, our Albertsons is the busiest Albertsons in the country, right? So to say that they know how to market it's pretty darn good. They're really good. Their beef is amazing, right? They will make zero money on their beef when it is on sale. And the reason why, and I'm blanking on the name of the term, the sales term, put it down below. I want to say loss leader, but I'm blanking out. Is because they know that if they can advertise an amazing deal on an amazing cut of beef, it will bring a customer inside the store and they will pick up other items as they leave, okay? And that's where they make their money, okay? So they use their meat counter as the way to bring people in. Well, what's interesting is right now, because of inflation, people are starting to get programmed. People get programmed like crazy. You watch enough of one thing and you'll believe it. I mean, they call it television for a reason, or programming for a reason, right? Tell your vision, or I'm going to program you. When people are getting beat down by inflation and they're going to save with lower cuts of meats, that's why we saw chicken demand explode about a year ago, right? Because it's cheaper protein. We've seen pork explode, but then the price explodes and demand explodes, but then the price went up, right? Because of shortage. But people get programmed and they're constantly buying it, right? That's why I've said before, and I'll say it again, during high inflation, you always see the cheapest cuts of meat, the cheapest foods, being empty. The store shelves are empty because people feel like, oh my gosh, I got to do something. Well, I can afford, 2 cans of Spam as opposed to this steak, right? And so I'm going to go buy that. So what will happen is you'll see all these shelves clear. Well, the thing is people get programmed, and every time they go back to the store, they keep buying the same stuff, causing more demand. And they leave the higher cuts of meat, the higher quality foods on the shelves to rot. And we've seen that actually just recently in Europe, with Turkey and other countries that have experienced heavy inflation, if not hyperinflation, where you see all of the nice food, the expensive food, just sitting on the shelves. There's plenty of food. The problem is there's not plenty of money to go buy it, right? Well, what happens to those food manufacturers that are making those higher end cuts? They do two things. They either split their company in two, repackage the expensive stuff into cheap stuff. I know it sounds crazy. Take more of a hit on your margin and just get rid of it, sell it. The other thing is that they start to just lower the price. And so, manufacturers know that it's very hard to come back after you've lowered your prices. Once the consumer sort of gets it, there's a lot of psychological damage that goes on with the consumer, the buyer and seller, when the seller lowers his prices and then brings them back up, right? It's really hard to go one way and not the other. So it says right here, unlike the recent USDA data, retail beef prices fell a little less than 1% for the 4-week period ended August 7th, compared with the same period a year ago. According to the data from research firm Information Resources Inc., that decline came after beef prices fell 1% during the prior 4-week period, which was the first monthly decline since June of 2021. Now, so it might not seem like a lot, 1%, but it is a big deal because it's the first decline, and I believe we're going to see another one. See, the cure for high prices is, in fact, high prices, right? As prices get to be too expensive, people just walk away. And then the companies or the service providers that provide those services or goods, they go, crap, we got to lower prices. Either we're going out of business or we got to lower prices. They're going to figure out some way because they don't want to go out of business. So that's what's great. It's really, it's like demand destruction. So while the pace of U.S. inflation eased slightly in July from a 4-decade high as gasoline costs fell from June levels, grocery prices continued their ascent and were up 1.3% in July compared with June. And the cost of eating out at restaurants also increased, but other prices dropped. Prices for ribeye and beef loin are down nearly 10% for the 4 weeks ended August 7th compared with a year ago, while brisket decreased about 18%. Why brisket? Think about it. Brisket comes in primarily large packages, right? So it's not only the price per the price per pound, right, that you're paying, but you have to buy a bunch of pounds. So you think about this, for people that are preparing and prepping right now, this is great news. Why are you messing with Spam when you could mess with a ribeye? I mean, honestly, guys, let's just end this there because that is probably the best point possible. I'm going to link the story below. It's got a lot of information, a lot of data in it. Go ahead and take a look at it, guys. With that being said, I thank you so much for watching the Economic Ninja. Guys, remember, Ninja Nation is a nation of people that are prepared and not scared, and we're going to absolutely crush it, while all the Prius owners and people with their head in the sand have to sit back and, I guess, just be victims. Guys, I want more people to be ready. Let's turn this into an army. Let's go crush it. All right, guys, that being said, the Economic Ninja is out.